Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Eric McCartney. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, I've been better, but it cost more. Same as always.
Sure.
Uh, so, anybody, real quick, everything good with the audio? Anybody can hear me? See Gulf City and Ixel Pierce in the chat. How's it going, guys? Thanks for stopping by. Got something special to preview to you guys this evening. Hopefully you'll appreciate it as much as we did. But I'm gonna let a few more people get in here if they're going to. Got a couple of episodes of The Shadow for you, like usual. So we're gonna be listening to, and I need to change the description because I'm a terrible person. We're gonna be listening to Hound in the Hills, The Murder Plot, The Bride of Death, and The Silent Avenger. Got JTR the
Sounds
serial
exciting.
killer congratulating Gulf City on his 200 subscriber count.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Nobody subscribed to Gulf City. He will never ever upload. Subscribe to the Gospel of Comics. We will always upload.
Or me as well.
Yeah, or Ayrton. His link is in the description. I forget to show your channel. You should mention it more. I figure you're
really
the co-host. Should. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I probably should.
All right, so we got a few people in here. Let's go ahead and get this booted up real quick. So, I commissioned Hazen Cruz. Shout out Hazen Cruz on Twitter. I know him from the Dick Show area, community, whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use, and commissioned him to do a little voice work for the intro. And Ayrton's heard it. What'd you think of it, man? Before we play it for the people.
Oh, it's fantastic. He did a great job on it.
I absolutely second that. So let's see. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna allow this message, JTR. I don't know why it tried to censor it, but homie don't play that shit. So there you go. We're gonna go ahead and play this little preview for you guys. Give me your input in the chat. Let me know what you think. And here we go.
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Again, they didn't hear you.
Oh, so what do you guys think in the chat there?
We
as much as we do.
We're gonna mix some music with it, mix in a few sound effects. Hopefully, have a little video for it coming up, so you won't just have the background music clip. Have a little bit of a longer, more theatrical intro, if you will. But I'm really happy with it. I wanted to go for a Twilight Zone feel, and I feel like that's been accomplished.
I would say so.
Yeah, definitely give us some feedback on that. That's exactly what we were going for, JTR, is that Outer Limits feel. It's actually a parody of their intro with the descriptive items taken out and comic references put in. So, man, you gotta not let the silence take over when I'm done talking.
I was taking a drink of my beer.
You can't donga this up, man.
I was taking a drink of my beer. I can't talk and drink at the same time. I'm not a ventriloquist.
So we'll talk a little bit about this weekend shows as it gets a little closer. We get a little further into this, but we're not gonna lollygag any further. We're gonna jump right into the shadow. So we'll be starting with the Hounds in the Hills for our first episode.
Blue Coal.
Sponsored, as always, by the world's finest anthracite, Blue Coal. Without further ado, here we go.
The shadow knows.
Now again comes radio's strangest adventurer, the Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today on the air, Blue Coal brings you the Shadow's latest adventure, Hounds in the Hills. In just a moment, the Shadow's exciting adventure will begin. Meanwhile, I have an important message for everybody. We are now in the midst of the most treacherous season of the entire year. But you can protect your family's health during this danger period by burning blue coal. For blue coal gives you clean, uniform, healthful heat all winter long. And its harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of better heat at less cost. So when you order fuel, insist on blue coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Your nearest blue coal dealer will be glad to send you a trial ton. Phone him tomorrow. High in the pine-clad hills of North Carolina, where backwoods living is neighbor to palatial winter homes, there is a haunted mansion, relic of former grandeur. With no visible means of support, old Sadie, haggard, half-demented creature, and Jake, a hunchback son, live in one wing of the dilapidated old house. A pack of great, vicious, crossbreed hounds guards the old place from intruders. It is early evening. In the dim half-light, two figures, led by one of the hounds, approach the house.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
What's the matter, little boy? You ain't afraid of my pet dog, are you?
Yes, I am. I'm afraid of your dog, and I'm afraid of you, too. I want to go home to my mother. I don't want to go with you.
I take my dog wherever I go. He won't hurt you. Not so long as you're with me, he won't. Don't tell him what he'd do to you if he got you alone, Jakey.
My name isn't Jakey. My name is Dickie Nelson. And if you don't let me go home, my mother will be worried.
Now, Jakey, don't be scared, old Sadie. I'm your mother. Old Sadie's your mother. Didn't know that, did you?
You're not my mother. And I don't believe there's other little boys here like you said.
You wait, Dickie. I got lots of sons now. Old Sadie will show you. Mom, it's me, Jake. Yeah, that's Jake. You're what he was before I dropped him and hurt his back.
Who's that you got with you, Mom?
Who's that?
Now, don't you be scared of him, Jakey.
I don't like him. He's awful looking.
Jakey? He's a hunchback. His mother dropped him when he was a little fellow like you. I dropped him. We'll start all over again with a new Jakey. I won't drop you. You won't be a hunchback like he is.
I want to go home to my mother and daddy. I don't like anything here. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't you touch me.
Mom, you crazy old fool! You done it again!
Nice drive, Lamont. Your golf's improving.
So, Cranston, you don't always miss the ball, eh?
Well, that's what a vacation in North Carolina does for you. Especially when you're the host, Mr. Rupert.
I thought you were always on vacations, Lamont. I've never heard of you doing anything except dabbling in that mysterious laboratory of yours.
Yes, just a playboy.
Yes, I just dabble. A little science, a little chemistry, a little psychology. Just dabble.
Someone's calling you, Gary.
Be in a hurry.
Why, it's the sheriff. I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
Perhaps he saw you drive, Gary.
Yeah?
Sorry to bother
Well, what is it, Sheriff?
Another child's lost. Gone over the cliff at the border trail.
What? Another one?
Yes, sir. Little Dickie Nelson this time.
Good Lord, Sheriff, this is horrible.
Child lost? Is that what you said, Sheriff?
Yes, sir. Fourth in less than 2 weeks.
Lost? Lost how?
On the border trail over the cliff there.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, what is this trail, Gary?
Well, it's a narrow pathway along the rim of a high cliff. It washes out so that a slip on the gravel starts to slide right over the cliff.
And you mean to say 4 boys have been lost there in 2 weeks?
Yes?
4?
Yes, but doesn't it strike you there might be something more than just fate causing the disappearance of these children?
Well, but what?
That I don't know. Gary, I'd like to look at this cliff.
Look, Mr. Transman. You see how the trail washes out down the cliff?
Yes, yes.
That's 1,000 feet straight down there.
The river at the bottom.
Yeah. I reckon the current must carry the bodies away. We haven't found a trace of them.
I don't suppose there's any doubt about what happened to the boys.
No, Miss Lynn. When Bobby Mina disappeared last week, we found a ball he'd been playing with.
Would you call that conclusive evidence?
Well, this morning we snared up Dickie Nelson's cap that was caught on some shrubbery partway down the mountain. Of course, some of the colored folk around here think ghosts done it.
Ghost?
Yeah. See, they was howling last night about the time Dickie was lost here.
What kind of howling, Sheriff?
Darned if I know, sir. They say they heard it the 3 times the other boys were lost. But you know how they are. Colored folks up here in the hills are superstitious.
Yes. But what kind of a howl does a ghost make in this part of the country, Sheriff?
And that's what I asked. About near they could describe it, it was like a dog howling. A hound dog.
Well, I've generally found that a dog howling means dog. Perhaps I'd better reverse the usual procedure. The dog trailing a man.
It's all very mysterious, Lamont.
Yes, it is, Margot. Will you excuse me for a moment, Sheriff?
Yes, certainly, Mr. Cranston.
Margot, I think the shadow will look into this mystery.
But how?
Go back to the house, Margot. I'll wireless you if I need help. In my invisible state as the shadow, I'm going to follow the clue of the dogs. Let's see where it leads me.
I want to go home.
Don't cry, Dickie. Don't cry.
Huh? What's that? Who are you?
I've come here to help you. You're Dickie Nelson, aren't you?
Yes, sir, but who are you? It's so dark I can't see you.
You don't need to see me, Dickie. Pretend I'm just the shadow. But you can hear me.
Yes, sir, but I want to go home.
Here, you've got to be a man, Dickie. I'll try to get you home. But you've got to stop crying and help me.
I'm scared, that's why.
Haven't you got a handkerchief?
No, sir.
Here, use my handkerchief.
Thank you.
Now dry your eyes and wipe your nose. I want you to tell me something.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other boys here?
Yes, sir, 3 of them. How did you get here?
I believed a ghost story, Dickie. And I looked for a ghost who howled like a hound. And then I just walked. But I didn't find a ghost. I found what I expected to find. A dog. In fact, lots of them.
Didn't they see you?
No.
Didn't old Sadie or Jake see you?
No, it's dark in here. But even with a light on, people can't see me because I've learned how to make them think they don't see me. I blind their eyes to me.
How?
Never mind how. You must believe it and don't be afraid of me. I'm your friend.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, Dickie. Perhaps I can find a way to get you and the other boys out of it. Quiet. Somebody coming.
If the sheriff finds these kids here, they'll hang us, you crazy old fool.
Jake, now don't you touch my baby. He's my Jackie. He's you before you came a hunchback. If you kill him, you'll be killing yourself. He's you, Jake.
You keep away from me. Don't you touch me.
Jake, don't touch that boy.
Who's that?
I heard it too.
Give me that lamp.
I heard it too, Jake.
Nobody's in here but us. Us and the kid. He got out.
No, I'm still here.
His voice. somebody with it.
I heard it, too. Well, that's nothing, Jake. I'm always hearing voices. Now you're hearing them. We're both crazy.
Reckon it ain't so crazy a voice can scare me. I'm crazy like you, then voices ain't real. Now put this kid out of the way, and then I'll get the others.
No, stop. Please don't hit me with that stick.
No,
Put
Jake.
down that stick, Jake. Put it down.
Now, I ain't scared of voices that ain't real.
I said drop it.
Who hit me? Look. Look at that place on my wrist. Look.
Well, Jake, I've been hearing voices for a long time, but I ain't never been hit by one.
You done it.
Oh, I did not. I wasn't near you.
Then it was the kid.
I never moved.
Well, then who?
I hit you, Jake. Now I'm going to give you a chance to save yourselves. Let this boy go. Bring the other boys here. I'll take them home.
No, they're mine. They're mine. They're Dickie. No.
I'll get rid of them my way.
Please help me. I want to go home.
Trust me, Dickie, there's only one thing for me to do now. Jake, this is your last chance.
All right. Who's that? You reckon it's somebody looking for the kids? If it is...
Jake, it must be them. The Duke and Slim coming to hide out. Listen. It's him. Oh, Jake, he'll kill us both if he knows about my baby.
Well, what he don't know won't hurt him. Shut the door to the kids' room and lock it.
Hurry up, Jake. Let him in. But don't say a word about my baby.
Don't worry. Maybe I'm crazy, too, but I ain't that crazy.
Well, what took you so long, Jake?
Hello, Duke.
Come in, Slim. Hurry up. Shut the door.
Okay, Duke. What a dump this is.
It's better than being in jail up north. If we didn't have this hideout, that's where you'd be. Hello, old Sadie.
Come in, Duke. Up after you again.
Shut up. That half-witted old dame talks too much.
Hey, you staying for a while, Duke?
What's it to you?
I don't care.
Oh, lay off the guy, Slim. Jake, and you too, old Sadie.
Yeah?
We're taking a little rest away from the cops, see? Turn the dogs loose in the yard around the house so they can chew up anybody that comes here looking for us. Go on, Jake. Do it now.
All right, Duke.
Just a minute, Jake.
Who's that?
Somebody's in here, Duke.
It's the voice again, Jake. They can't hear it unless they're crazy, too.
That voice again.
Yes, Jake, that same voice. And the Duke can hear it, too. Can't you, Duke?
Hey, what's going on here? Who is that?
I tell you, it's in here, Duke.
Who's playing tricks on me?
Duke, did you ever hear of the Shadow?
The Shadow?
I have, Duke. I know. That's the guy that talks to you, but you can't see him.
Shut up, you fool. Yeah, Shadow. I've heard about you. I never believed what I heard, though.
You can believe it now. Listen, Duke. I'm here for only one purpose. To save the lives of 4 little children.
Oh, don't believe him. It's a lie.
Shut up. I'm handling this. Go ahead, Shadow. Go ahead. Talk some more.
All right. Old Sadie and Jake there put you in a tough spot.
How, Shadow?
Old Sadie is crazy. She's, well, shall we say, borrowed 4 little boys from places near here and made it appear that they were killed. Killed falling over a cliff.
It's a lie. They was killed. I killed them and my Dickie took their place.
Duke, the old dame is back.
Shut up.
Jake here is almost as crazy as his mother, but he wants to kill the boys.
Don't believe him, Duke.
Either way, you'll be arrested for kidnapping.
Hey, Duke, we don't want no part in kidnapping.
Well, Shadow, what's the proposition?
If you let me take the boys away back to their homes, you won't be accused of kidnapping.
And give you a chance to tip off the police to where we're hiding out? Oh, no. Let him have it, Slim.
Look, Duke, the door. He went out the door.
He's gone, Duke. He's gone. We can't get him now.
Oh, yes, we can.
How?
The dog. If the Shadow's a man, them dogs can follow his scent.
If the Shadow is a man, you mean the dogs will trail him by his scent, even though we can't see him?
He's right, Duke.
But we haven't got anything to give the dogs to smell, to give them the scent.
Maybe he left something in the kid's room. Let's go and see.
Yeah. Come on, let's see.
Find out.
Yeah, let's look around here.
Ah, he's too clever to have left anything behind.
Hey, where'd the boy get that handkerchief he's sniffling into?
Handkerchief, huh?
Yeah. He never had no handkerchief when he come here.
Who gave you this handkerchief, little boy?
A man.
What man?
A man who spoke to me in the dark.
You couldn't see him?
No. He said I had to believe he was here, although I couldn't see him.
Then it's the Shadow's
Get the dogs. Get the dogs. They can get his scent from that handkerchief and trail him. The Shadow can't escape this time.
Shadow's adventure continues in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'd like to say a few words about a subject that's uppermost in everyone's mind these days, how to save money. Large savings in cooking and heating costs can be made by switching to blue coal. For blue coal is the perfect home fuel. It is the best grade of Pennsylvania anthracite, and anthracite is the fuel that furnaces, cooking stoves, and parlor heaters in New England were designed to use. Blue coal gives off a steady, clean heat. It lasts longer and burns down.
Sorry about that, guys. I normally try to interject in the blue coal ad, but
we got distracted.
We did. Shiny. Something was shiny. Glad everything's coming through okay. Glad to have you all here. Welcome, Lee Walton. Welcome, Becky. You guys rewind back to the beginning in the first 5 minutes. We previewed a little snippet, a little sneak peek of the intro we're working on, courtesy of Hayes and Cruz. So definitely check that out. But just responding to the chat real quick. That old lady sounds fucking crazy. Not as crazy as the old man in the last episode.
True. This is true.
So, got some exciting shows coming up for you guys. That's what we were discussing. Go ahead, man. I keep cutting you off, and I'm sorry.
That's fine. I was just going to comment on how amazing and dynamic these old voice actors are. It's so much fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised with the advent of podcast and YouTube that this style of entertainment hasn't picked back up. I mean, I'm sure it takes time to write the scripts and everything and get everything plotted out and planned out. But somebody could make a fucking killing if they came up with something entertaining in this format today.
Oh yeah. I think we should write our own script and do a special Gospel of Comics.
Like an homage?
Yeah, like our own little radio play.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this right and boomer it up just right. Go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, well, we can get some of our friends that have come on the show before to play different characters.
We can call it White Shadow. Sorry. I can't help myself.
We could have Becky play the villain, Denny play the damsel in distress.
I think you got that backwards, Chief.
No, I got it right.
Okay. Oh man,
we have to be progressive about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It's ma'am and whatnot. Ma'am 2 or something. Sound ma'am 2. But
yeah, what could we call it? I'm not thinking about that.
I don't know. In any event, we appreciate everybody who stops by and spreads the word and the love of the Gospel of Comics. Feel free to share this link out to anyone you think might enjoy it. We leave the streams up. I know it's something to do with the algorithm if you delete them later, but I no, I'm not doing that. I'm not Mundane Matt. I don't play the algorithm game. I'm just here to.
You mean you haven't read his book?
I don't think anyone with an IQ above, say, 41 can read his book without getting an aneurysm. So no.
That's fair.
It'll start smelling like burning rubber, and you have a stroke. Anyway, that's all we got. After this episode, we'll give you kind of an update on the shows to come for the rest of the week and the following week. Got a mystery guest, a very special mystery guest. So we'll announce that as it gets a little closer and it gets locked down. But until then, let's go ahead and get back into Hounds in the Hills. Brought to you by Blue Coal.
The world's finest anthracite.
The world's finest.
directory under the name Blue Coat.
Margot Lane. The children are alive. Alive in an old house about 4 miles off the cliff road. They're being held captive. There's no time to lose. I'm in the woods. A pack of hounds is trailing me. You can probably hear them. They've got my scent. Hurry. Get the sheriff. Save the children. Hurry.
Come on, Jake. Keep up in front where we can see you. Don't try to hide behind the trees. If you think you can sneak back to the house.
All right, Duke, all right.
Slim. Yeah, Duke? If Jake starts falling back again anymore, trying to lose us among the trees in the dark so he can go back to the house and finish off them kids, let him have it.
Okay, boss. I wasn't. Honest, I wasn't.
Okay. Then come on.
Hey, you, Jake. Ain't those dogs liable to turn on us? Yeah, if you was alone. Yeah, but I'm with you. You hear that, Duke? The dogs have got the shadow. It's lucky for us he left his handkerchief with the kids so the hounds could get the scent, ain't it, huh?
Yeah. Now, there's only one or two things for the shadow to do. Stand and be chewed by them beasts, or else climb a tree. He's not invisible to a dog's nose. They can smell him.
If he's climbed a tree, we got him, Duke. Hey, there's the dogs jumping around that tree. Right there. See him? Well, what do we do now?
Well, we can't do much while it's dark.
What do you mean?
I mean, we gotta keep the shadow treed until it's daylight.
Yeah, but you can't see him, whether it's light or dark. That's right. Maybe he's beating us after all.
Listen, if we wait till daylight, then we can see where he is in the tree.
But you can't see where he is.
Yeah, but when he comes, he has to shake the branch he's sitting on. And when we see any of them leaves shaking, we'll shoot right at that place.
It'll be like shooting at nothing.
I know. Hey, if we don't get him that way, he has two other things to choose from.
Yeah, what's that?
We can keep him treed until he gets so weak he can't work his invisibility gag anymore. And he comes down. And then the dogs get him.
Well, there's nothing to do but wait till morning then.
No, but we gotta keep awake. Morning ain't far off. And then we'll see.
Hey, Duke. I got to thinking sitting here last night. What about them kids?
Well, Slim, what about them?
We didn't do it, but they can pin a kidnapping rap on us.
Not without evidence, Slim.
No, but you... Oh, I get it. No evidence, huh?
That's right.
No kids.
What do you think?
Yeah. Jake here don't want no evidence either.
As soon as we dispose of the man who calls himself the Shadow, no one will know.
And then Jake here gets rid of the kids.
That's right.
Yeah, but how about Jake and old Sadie?
I think they could disappear and not be missed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, Duke, look. We can see the whole tree now. But I don't see nobody.
No, of course not. But he's there. Now watch carefully, Slim. There's no wind. Any limb or branch that moves may be the Shadow.
Yeah.
So when something moves, let him have it.
I get it. Hey, but how do we know when we get him?
He'll come down, Slim. Now, you missed, Slim. Take your time.
Hey, what's that? I thought I saw a branch move. We're shooting at the Shadow, Jake.
And when he's unconscious or dead, we can see him all right. And then...
You didn't do so good yourself, Duke.
Those dogs are hungry.
Yeah. I bet they look nice from up in the tree, waiting for their breakfast. How can you shoot him if you can't see him?
Shut up, Jake. Now, take your time, Slim.
Good morning, Duke.
He's there.
Good morning, Shadow.
I hope you slept well.
Oh, yeah. And you? Now, watch close, Slim.
Yeah.
Would it be too much for me to ask, how are the little boys?
They're all right, Shadow. So far.
That's good.
Yeah, but I'll get rid of him.
Slim, get around the other side of the tree. I think he's low in the tree, behind the trunk.
Okay, Duke.
We're taking care of you first, Shadow. You know too much. Well, what's funny, Shadow?
I'm laughing at you, Duke.
Oh, yeah? You laugh different when I get my hands on you.
Why don't you come up here and try it?
I don't have to. You'll come down.
You'll have a long wait.
Oh, yeah?
Can't you say anything but oh, yeah? You're really quite stupid, Duke.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm smart enough to get you out of that tree.
Good. I was getting rather bored.
Ah, shut up. Hey, Slim, go back to the house and get an axe. This tree ain't too big to cut down.
Very ingenious.
Yeah, but the dog. It ain't safe to leave without Jake. The dogs, they won't touch you. They're after the shadow. And Jake will keep him here.
Sure. I'll keep him here, sure.
And hurry back, Slim.
Now, scram.
Okay, Duke. But don't let them dogs come after me.
Jake will keep the dogs here.
Okay, watch it.
Now, hurry back. Hey, Jake. Call the dogs off. They're going after Slim.
They don't like him.
Hey, call them back. Slim, look out. Jake, the dogs are attacking him.
Yeah, they're going to eat him.
I'll shoot him, Slim.
Guess you didn't shoot him soon enough, Duke.
Well, Jake, your dogs got Slim. I'm afraid you've lost most of them.
Yeah. Ma'll be awful mad. It's only Big Tom left. But the Duke will shoot him.
No, he won't. His gun's empty. Look at him go up that tree.
Yeah. Big Tom didn't get him. Now you're both up in the tree, ain't you?
No, Jake, I'm standing right here behind you. Now do what I tell you. Go over to that tree and tie Big Tom to it. So that the Duke can't get down.
Why should I?
You want to get those kids out of the way, don't you? Duke won't let you.
Yeah. He won't, maybe. Yeah, he won't let me, maybe. I won't tell him what I'm going to do.
Jake, call off this dog. Tie him up, do you hear me? Tie him up. No, not to my tree, you dope. Take him away. Listen to me. Don't tie him there, you half-wit.
Well, Duke, we change places.
I'll get you if it's the last thing I do, Shadow.
You're going to have plenty to do before we meet again. Jake, come back here.
Yeah.
You'll have plenty of time to think about that. Here are some men that may help you out.
Who are they?
My Lord, what happened here?
I don't know, Sheriff. Say, this is the hunchback, Jake. Hello, Jake.
Duke's up in the tree. Yeah, look out, Sheriff.
I got him. Reckon that dog won't attack anyone else.
You killed him.
Now, if our friend will come down out of the tree, I'll be delighted to put a pair of handcuffs onto him. I've been looking for him and his partner for some time. From the looks of things, I won't need to put the cuffs on his partner.
Well, Margot, you better go back to the cars.
All right. Yes, I think I will. I only wanted to see if... Yes, I'll go back.
All right, men. Let's take him away.
Margot.
Oh, Lamont. Lamont, are you all right?
Yes, but don't speak my name here.
Darling, I was so frightened when I got your wireless message. I thought it was the end.
So did I. Are the boys all right?
Yes, all the boys are safe. They've been taken into town. The deputy sheriff took old Sadie along. Dickie Nelson is in one of the cars up the road waiting. Oh, Lamont, I feel so sorry for that poor old woman.
So do I, Margot. She's demented. We must see that she's placed in an institution, not a prison. A place where she can satisfy her mother-love mania with dolls instead of other people's children. Go to the car, Margot. I'll meet you there.
What are we waiting for, Miss Lane? I want to go home to my mother.
Just a minute, Dickie. I'm expecting someone.
Who?
Oh, here he comes now.
Hello, Margot.
Hello, Lamont.
Who's this young man?
This is Dickie Nelson. Dickie Lamont Cranston.
Hello, Mr. Cranston.
Well, Dickie, I hear you had quite an adventure last night.
Yes, a kind man came to my room at that terrible house, but I couldn't see him.
Well, maybe you dreamt it, Dickie. Supposing we keep it a secret, just between us three.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
All right, but it was a swell dream.
And here is John Buckley, Blue Coat.
So that was Hounds in the Hills, folks. I hope everybody enjoyed it. These are like 5-minute advertisements at the end, so I'm not gonna run those. One of these days, I think we might screw around and make our own little advertisements to mix in, because I can splice audio into these clips, but We're not there yet. One step at a time.
Yeah.
But
don't try and make us learn too many things at once.
So we were working on our schedule a little bit before the show today. We've got the next few shows plotted out, and figured we'd give you guys a little heads up on what's going on the show. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, see?
So Saturday, probably going to be a fairly normal This Week in Comics. We'll touch on the things that happened during the weekend at San Diego Comic-Con, and possibly the Marvel panel, a few other little tidbits and whatnot. I'm going to do This Week in Comics as usual. I have to figure out what books we're reading for this week. Sunday, we're going to actually deliver an Amalgam Comic show worthy of the amazing audience that we have.
This past week was a bit of a shit show.
It was. It had church literally angry. I was so mad. I was just ready to just throw my entire setup out the window and start over. But it was something stupidly simple that I had done and should have thought of immediately, and I think that added to the amount of ass mad that I got over it. So, but we will continue tweaking things and trying to improve things for the listening pleasure of our viewing audience. But we're gonna have a little bit of a longer show for Sunday. It might peak out at about 2 or 3 hours. Gonna have a couple of guests on if we can to talk about Amalgam. Oh, we'll talk about Blade. We'll talk about Blade on Saturday, Lee. You're not gonna wanna miss that because I'm probably gonna rip a lot of things on Marvel. Even Blade, like I'm not excited because it's gonna have to be a PG-13 Blade, and I grew up with real Blade, tax evasion Blade. That's a Wesley Snipes joke.
Tax evasion Blade.
And tax evasion Blade is rated R, 100%. So, but yeah, we got a long show with hopefully a couple of guests. Maybe by then we'll have the audio worked out so that if you guys want to tastefully, I'd say, call in. Please, if we do get call in set up, don't ruin it for everybody else. We want to keep our YouTube channel. I'm all about letting you speak your speech, but I don't need strikes. I don't need YouTube on my ass any more than they're already going to be. So I trust you guys. I don't think any of you are that bad, but we'll eventually have to limit it to people we trust that are able to call if we ever start piquing a heavier audience. But until then, we trust you guys. So we may try and set up a little bit of a call-in so everybody can give their thoughts on it. But that'll be Sunday. Then Monday we have a tentative guest that if everything goes well, there will not be a Gospel of Comics radio for Monday. There will be an interview and a first sneak peek at a brand new comic that will be live on Indiegogo soon. So I believe that is the first Gospel of Comics exclusive that we've had.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. So, and yes, Lee, nobody wants to end up on BitChute.
Not even a little bit. No. I assume we eventually will, but I'd like to prolong that as long as we possibly can.
I mean, we could end up on Stream.me.
No, we can't. Stream.me's gone.
Yeah.
That joke doesn't work. And no, we could end up on DLive. Or Pornhub, even. I think Pornhub has streaming. So,
which is really funny to me.
So, with that said, I hope you guys are excited by that. We're always open to recommendations, requests, all that good stuff. So feel free to hit us up on Twitter at Church Failure or at a Archer underscore. Why do you have to have such a weird Twitter handle? You can change that.
You can?
Yeah, it's in your home settings. We'll talk about it after the show. But it's
Okay.
at a Archer underscore 91. Both are in the description down below. DM us, message us, tag us, whatever. Comment on the video. By the way, like the video if you would be so kind. Share it out with your friends, all that good stuff. The stream, I should say. But after that shameless self-promotion there, we'll go ahead and lead into episode number 2, The Plot Murder. Lee Walton in the chat. Intrigued now about the interview. Pornhub, woo. Hopefully it won't have to come to that before Monday, but you never know. In any event, The Plot Murder starts now.
The shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal Dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The Plot Murder. In just a moment, The Shadow's exciting adventure will begin. Meanwhile, I have something important to tell all you homeowners. During this treacherous winter season, you can protect your family's health by burning blue coal. For blue coal's harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of clean, uniform, healthful heat all winter long. Blue coal saves you money, too, for it burns steadily, completely, down to a fine, powdery ash. So next time you're buying fuel, ask for blue coal by name. It's Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Order a trial ton from your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow. An important announcement. Just before going on the air with today's adventure of The Shadow, we received a telegram from the American Police Review, presenting The Shadow with a special award. Be sure to hear this official presentation at the close of this program. And now, Blue Coal presents The Shadow in The Plot Murder.
Captain Hines, read the findings of this court-martial.
We find the accused, Lieutenant John Wilson, guilty of treasonable sabotage against the government.
No!
In that he willfully destroyed a secret device known as the flying torpedo, invented by one Georges Archelis and acquired exclusively for use by the government.
Has the prisoner anything to say before sentence is pronounced?
Yes.
Yes, but what can he say? He admits he broke the mechanism on the demonstration torpedo.
Quiet, please, Professor Archelis. As the inventor, we understand your concern in this matter. But please don't interrupt. Well, Lieutenant Wilson?
I don't know, sir. I can hear all that's going on, but I went into the...
It's obvious, General Levitt, that Lieutenant Wilson is not mentally accountable.
He was sufficiently accountable to enter the testing shed by virtue of his authority as an Army lieutenant and to tamper with the flying torpedo and render it useless the very day it was to be demonstrated to the government. Read the sentence of the court.
Lieutenant Wilson, this court decides, subject to the approval of the President, that you will be dishonorably discharged from the service of your country and sentenced to imprisonment for the term of...
No! Look out, he's got a revolver! Don't shoot! That's the man, Professor Archelis! He's wounded, Professor Archelis!
Hold it out and take Lieutenant Wilson back to his cell.
Lamont Cranston, I tell you, John Wilson can't be guilty. He just can't.
Why not, Margot? After all, traitorous Army officers are not unknown to history.
Yes, but the peculiar way John Wilson talked on the stand makes me think there's something strange about the whole thing. He acted, well, almost like a man in a trance. Lamont, just what is this flying torpedo he's supposed to have tampered with?
That's what its name implies, a sort of aerial torpedo filled with high explosive flying under its own power. And once it's launched into the air, instead of flying a predetermined course, its direction can be guided by radio beams from an observation plane flying high above it.
Oh, I see.
Imagine its tremendous effectiveness in warfare, deadly accuracy in hitting even a fast-moving target like a troop train or a supply ship.
Sounds tremendously important. Who invented it?
This man Archalis, who was to demonstrate it last week at the proving grounds before a large delegation from the capital. Besides being members of the War Department, a great many high officials in other branches of the government were to attend the test.
Well?
Since your friend Wilson gained access to the laboratory and put the flying torpedo out of commission, the test has been postponed until tomorrow.
And who is Archalis? Where did he come from?
A famous foreign inventor. He's quite a reputation abroad.
Lamont, you don't suppose it's possible Archalis has the boy under some strong mental influence?
Possible.
They've got Wilson temporarily in the city jail. Won't you call on him as the Shadow?
Margot, do you honestly think that this case warrants my attention as the Shadow?
Lamont, I don't ask many favors, but I have the feeling John Wilson is innocent.
All right, Margot. If you're really serious. The Shadow will pay a call on John Wilson in the city jail.
Lieutenant Wilson is in that last cell, Professor Archalis.
Thank you, guard. This pass that General Levitt gave me. Do you take it or do I keep it?
And you better keep it, sir, in case you want to use it again.
Yes, that's right.
You'll have to talk to Wilson through the bars. No one's allowed in his cell.
Thank you. I have no desire to go in. I already have one arm in a sling due to the young man's temper. There's only one or two questions I want to ask him, then I'll leave.
Very well. Well, who is it?
You! Archalis! Don't get excited, Lieutenant Wilson. I only came to tell you that you're a much better mechanic than a marksman. Your bullet only injured my arm.
I'm only sorry I didn't
kill me. The only way you can break the spell I have over you, isn't it? To kill me.
Will somebody come?
Look in my eyes.
No.
Look.
No, I won't.
John Wilson. Look in my eyes.
No.
Look in my eyes, Wilson. That's right. Now repeat after me. I destroyed the torpedo. I destroyed the torpedo. Say it.
I destroyed the torpedo.
Sabotage against my country.
Sabotage against my country.
I am guilty.
I am guilty.
And that is all you remember.
Are you sure that's all he remembers, Professor Archalis?
Who said that? Guard. You are there?
No, not the guard, Professor. He's waiting at the end of the passage.
You hide somewhere. In the next cell, perhaps?
No, I am here. In the shadows, Professor Archalis. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Who are you?
The Shadow.
The Shadow?
Help me. Help me.
I am your friend, John Wilson. Think now. Concentrate. What is it you're trying to remember?
It's that torpedo. Dangerous.
Wilson, keep quiet.
Steady now. Think. Think. You can break through this spell.
I tried to make them understand that. I destroyed the torpedo
I
because...
command you to stop.
John, your friends believe in you. They're trying to help you.
Wilson, what have you committed?
Sabotage against my country. I am guilty. I am guilty.
So, Mr. Shadow, whoever you are, you see?
You have a powerful spell over the boy, Professor. But there is a way to break it.
What way, Shadow?
If you don't know, I have no
hotel. I have a feeling that if we're not successful in getting Wilson to talk, this country of ours may suffer a terrible disaster.
Barra, lock the door. All right. Did anyone follow you here to the hotel?
No one, Professor Achilles.
Good. The test will take place tomorrow?
Yes, at 3 o'clock. The War Department is so convinced your invention will render any nation possessing it invincible that the high command of both the Army and Navy are to be there to witness the test.
The President, too?
Yes. The President and the Vice President expect to attend, together with the Secretary of War and the Secretary of the Navy.
So they've fallen into my trap. They'll be blown off the face of the earth just as I planned. I'll be sure you make a final inspection before the torpedo is taken out of the ground. And see that the steering mechanism is set.
I understand. But since I am your chief assistant, they might ask me to go along with them.
No, they won't. I'll fix that. Their bungling army mechanics think they understand the flying torpedo perfectly. So to satisfy their pride, I've let them take complete charge of the demonstration.
Good.
Don't worry, Barra.
And afterwards?
Afterwards, with the guiding brains of the nation wiped out at a single stroke, the country will be thrown into confusion, disorganized. So we'll have nothing to fear.
I see.
There are only two things that bother me slightly, though. Lieutenant Wilson, for one.
Wilson? Did he really discover the secret trick of the steering mechanism?
Yes, he knows what we intend to do and how we intend to do it.
You should have disposed of him at once.
I thought of that. I was afraid it would arouse suspicion. But I'm keeping Wilson under mental hypnotic control until it's too late for him to stop us.
Would it be better if he were dead?
Perhaps. I can still visit him at the prison.
And what is the other thing that bothers you, Professor?
Only a shadow, Barra. But I'm not quite sure of the extent of its power.
A shadow?
Don't worry. I think I can take care of it, too.
Listen. What is it?
I thought I heard footsteps outside in the hall. Go and look.
There's no one here. All is empty.
Must be my nerves. I'll be glad when this is all over.
Our escape is taken care of?
Yes, the freighter will be waiting for us at South Pier. But go now, Carl. And success to you.
Good night, Professor.
Good night, Barla. The shadow. If I can't put my willpower against the shadow, then I deserve to lose. And I've never yet...
Good evening, Professor Arcalis.
You? Shadow, you've come?
Yes, Professor. Why do you hold Lieutenant Wilson in a hypnotic spell, Professor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We shall see. And now I have something else to tell you.
What?
Wilson knows something about you, Professor. And I'm going to find out what it is.
All right, Shadow. You know a little, but you'll never learn more from Wilson. No one can break the spell, not you, nor all your childish magic.
You forget greater magic, Arcalis.
What?
Death.
Death?
Yes, it's on the way, Professor. And I can promise you this, if any blood is shed, it will be yours, not the Shadow's.
So that was part one of The Plot Murder. If everybody's doing all right in the chat still, having a good time. Lee brings up an interesting point about the blue coal monopoly on some of the old radio. One interesting little factoid that I want to put forward. I've always been kind of an old radio head. I'm sure a lot of people know this as well, so I'm not trying to hold myself out as an intellectual or anything, but academics, please respond. Do you know where the term soap opera comes from, Ayrton?
I don't, actually.
Well, daytime dramas that used to take place on the radio before television was in every household were marketed towards women. So the advertisements that would play on them were usually for soaps and cleaning products. Hence, a soap opera.
Oh. I figured it was something slightly sexist and misogynistic.
Right. Well, you were wrong. It was majorly sexist and misogynistic, but that was okay in the 40s. Nobody lost their fucking mind over it.
Right.
But, you can't target market based on gender anymore. That's just wrong.
I still think we should.
Well, I mean, it's effective marketing, but what are you going to do?
It is.
So, hopefully, everybody's enjoying themselves. I definitely am. I love this old radio shit.
So, if that marketing is effective, if we wanted to get more female viewers, we would just need to be sponsored by like an apron making company.
Probably. Men would work and check front pages. Women would stay home and check the market pages. Yep. That's just how it worked. Then the war came, the war went, the depression came, and depression went. And slowly but surely, we just moved further away from God. And as an atheist, it pains me to say that, but it's the only explanation. But in any event, I think we ended up just fine. I think we just need a slight course readjustment. Everybody will. Yeah, there's a lot that's wrong with the world, but I believe in the butterfly effect. I believe in causality. Okay. So, it's kind of how it goes. Enough. But with that, let's get back into the plot murder. Sponsored always by Blue Coal. What is Blue Coal again, Ayrton? I forgot.
That is the world's #1 anthracite.
For even warmth all throughout your house. Blue Coal. Ask for it by name.
We really.
But I tell you, General Levitt.
Excuse me, Cranston.
Go right ahead, General.
Hello? General Levitt speaking. Oh, yes. Good morning, Captain Hines. That's fine. You have the flying torpedo loaded and ready for the demonstration? Good. I'll expect a report. Sorry I can't be with you. Goodbye. Now, Cranston, to get back to this Lieutenant Wilson, I don't see what I can do.
But there may be some desperate plot at the bottom of this. Wilson acts as if he'd been put under some powerful, if not expelled. He might know something about this flying torpedo that you ought to know.
For heaven's sake, Cranston, I haven't time to listen to any sort of drivel. I know you're a very agreeable young man, and you mean well, but you're letting your imagination run away with you. Now, if you don't mind, I must get ready to leave for the capital.
Very well. Just do me one favor, General Levitt. Might prove something to you.
Well, what is it?
Suggest to Professor Archalis that he be present with the other official visitors at the proving ground. The demonstration starts.
Well, of course, Professor Archalis will be there. Why shouldn't he be?
That's what I'd like to know. Unless I'm very much mistaken, General, Professor Archalis has made arrangements to be far, far away from the scene of his triumph.
George Cranston, I believe you know something.
Excuse me, sir.
Well?
There are two gentlemen here to see you, sir. Professor Archalis and another man.
Oh, all right. Show them in.
General Levitt will see you, sir.
Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, General Levitt.
That's all right. This is Mr. Cranston, Professor Archalis, and Mr. Barloff.
How do you do? How do you do? If you don't mind, Mr. Cranston, I'd like to speak to General Levitt alone. Not at all. I'm sure you have weighty matters to discuss. Good day, gentlemen.
Thanks, Cranston. Goodbye. Oh, orderly.
Yes, General Levitt.
Is my luggage ready?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Then take the next train. There's one leaving in 20 minutes. Can you make it?
Yes, sir. If I go now, sir.
Go ahead, then. I'll close the office. I'll meet you in the capital tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, what brings you here, Professor? Sit down, Mr. Barloff.
Thank you, sir.
Barloff here has just returned from the proving ground, General. He supervised the loading of the torpedo early this morning.
Everything was all right, I hope?
Perfect. Your army mechanics seem very proud they're going to handle the torpedo by themselves. Of course, we'll be anxious to know how it comes out.
Oh, aren't you going to be at the demonstration, Professor Archalis?
I'm afraid not. Another engagement, unfortunately, prevents my attending.
Oh, yes, I see. But I can't understand how anything could be more important to you than seeing your own invention demonstrated before the highest officials of our government.
I admit I'm terribly disappointed, General. However, I've left instructions for a telephone message to be sent to me at my hotel the minute the demonstration is over.
Professor, I'm not sure that this test should be made without your being there.
What do you mean?
Suppose I order you to go.
But no, that's impossible.
Why impossible, Mr.
You
Barlow?
must excuse Barlow, General Levitt. He is a little excited.
Excited? What about? Look here, Professor Arcalis. Why don't you want to go to the proving ground?
Must I repeat my previous statement?
This stalling and hedging is very suspicious. By George, you'll go whether you want to or not.
Don't touch that phone.
Barlow, be careful.
You can't give me orders in my own office.
You hit him too hard, Barlow. His head was bleeding.
He struck the desk when he fell.
Yeah, drag him in his closet near the door.
He knows something, Professor.
Yes, the fool suspects something, but how?
And we've got to act quickly.
I wonder if Lieutenant Wilson has talked.
But you said he's still under your hypnotic spell.
Perhaps it would be better if Lieutenant Wilson died.
Yes. We're going to murder him?
No, I merely suggest that he kill himself. No, Barlow, if you'll tie up the general...
Professor, look at him.
What?
General Levitt is dead.
Well, here's General Levitt's office, Margot.
No one seems to be here, Lamont.
Oh, that's odd. The General was here less than an hour ago. General! General Levitt.
Look, here on the corner of the desk.
Blood. Word to Commissioner Weston at once. Tell him something has happened to General Levitt.
Yes, anything else?
Yes, tell him to send a squad of men to South Pier. I overheard Professor Arcalis and Barloff talking about meeting on a freighter there.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the jail. I'm going to make one more desperate attempt to get John Wilson to talk. You've got to find out what this is all about before it's too late.
Do you want me to wait here at the jail, Professor Arcalis?
No, go down to South Pier, Barloff. I want to be alone with Lieutenant Wilson.
Yes.
I'll follow after I've taken care of him.
All right. But first, I'll collect the baggage.
But you remember only this, Lieutenant Wilson. See always my eyes in front of you.
Yes.
You will forever do what I tell you to.
Stop. Leave me alone.
No, never. Look, Wilson. See what I have? A knife. Here. Take it. Now listen to me. You are disgraced. Your family disgraced. You have nothing more to live for. Say it.
I have nothing more to live for. I have nothing more to live for.
Then draw the knife across your wrists. It's easy. Try it.
Stop, John. Don't do it.
Shut him.
He's trying to make me...
Keep away from me, Wilson.
I've got you
Let
by
go
the
of me,
arm,
Wilson.
Arcalis. Did you feel the knife yourself?
Yes, you cut me, you fool.
Your blood is being shed, Professor. Remember what I told you?
Let me out of here. Let me out.
He's gone, John.
Something's happened to me. I feel that I can talk now.
Then talk. Tell me what you know. Arcalis' spell is weakened.
I can't see you. I don't know who you are, but you've got to help me. I first suspected Arcalis and his crowd when I saw that the steering mechanism of the flying torpedo had an extra attachment.
An extra attachment?
Yes, you see, the flying torpedo is supposed to be steered by radio beams from an accompanying plane. But this extra attachment I'm talking about would render the radio beams ineffective. In other words, the rudder is set so the torpedo will fly in a complete circle and come back and strike the point from which it was sent, like a boomerang.
If it does that in the demonstration today, it will wipe out all the important government officials.
Yes, that's their plan. Just as I made the discovery, Arcalis came into the workshop. I accused him, and he put me under this spell. I tried to talk, but I couldn't.
Never mind that. I'll get in touch with Commissioner Weston, have him go to the proving grounds. He can stop the test flight of this flying torpedo if he gets there soon enough.
The idea of having us wait around here at the South Pier. There don't seem to be anything stirring.
Who are the guys we're supposed to pick up?
Two birds for the name of Professor Arcalis and Barloff.
Foreigners, huh?
Yeah.
What are they going to do, make a getaway?
I don't know. Commissioner Weston just said to make sure we got him, that's all.
If it had been that important, don't you think the commissioner would have come down here himself?
Well, he was coming, but he got a last-minute call to go over the place where they're trying out that new flying torpedo.
Oh, yeah, I read about that. All these inventions.
Now, wait a minute. Somebody coming down the dock. Hey, you. Hey, stop where you are, I'll shoot. What's this all about? Nothing. Where are you going? That is my business.
What's your name? Come on, what's your name?
Are you Barloff? What is it to you? Answer me. Are you Barloff? Yes. Well, that's all we wanted to know.
Come on.
Why do you take him? I ain't done nothing. Look out, he's got a gun, Sergeant. What?
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I had to do it.
That's okay. This Arcalis will probably be along in a minute. But this boy behind us says we don't want Arcalis to...
Hey, look out. Here comes another guy down the dock.
All right, quick. Right. Behind this piling here. Come on.
Must be Arcalis.
Yeah, I guess so. Professor Arcalis?
Who are you?
The police. We want to ask you what...
Well, you can't get me to talk. You'll never make
Look
me...
out, Sergeant. He's got a gun there.
Drop that gun,
You
Arcalis.
can't take me. The police can't touch me.
You asked for it.
Oh, you nailed him, Sergeant. Did he get you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Here comes the parole. Must have heard the shot.
Oh, they didn't have time. Oh, Commissioner Weston?
Yes, Sergeant. So you got our man.
Yep.
Is he dead?
I don't think so, sir.
Well, Arcalis, maybe you'll talk.
I'll never talk. Commissioner Weston.
Shadow, what are you doing here?
We can't waste time, Commissioner. Did you stop the test of the flying torpedo?
Yes, but...
Good. Commissioner, you've saved the lives of thousands of spectators. To say nothing of some of our highest government officials.
Then it was you.
Yes. Yes, I had a friend of mine call you. And now, Professor Arcalis, let's have the story. You haven't much time.
I know. I'm dying, Shadow.
It was a plot against our national defense, wasn't it?
It was.
Who employed you to do it?
That I won't tell you.
But Lieutenant Wilson is innocent.
Yes. Wilson is innocent.
Commissioner, you're a witness. Lieutenant Wilson is cleared.
Yes, Shadow.
And what about General Levitt?
Barloff killed him.
Where is Barloff?
We got him behind these boxes.
How did you know about General Levitt, Shadow?
We found blood on his desk. But this time the blood is yours, Arcalis.
Yes. Mine.
Well, Shadow, Arcalis is dead.
Yes, Commissioner. And you've been instrumental in averting a national calamity. Arcalis is dead. The innocence of Lieutenant Wilson has been proved. And the integrity of the men who protect our liberty is again vindicated.
And now, here is John Buckley, Blue Coal heating expert, with...
All right. So that is the end of the plot murder. Before we get in to the Bride of Death, which wanted to prematurely start there, I guess that's better than prematurely ending, though, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, you know, being too anxious. Being too anxious. Seems like the same problem on different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good philosophical question. What do you think in the chat there?
Yeah. Is it better to start too early or end too early? And I don't know. The inflection is meant as the entendre. I gotta stop explaining jokes. I guess they're not as funny when I explain them. But it is to me.
I mean, it works.
Anyway, just a quick shout out. Cartoon in the chat. That's fantastic. It escalated quickly, so it ended quickly. Thankfully. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'll take 6 people watching this show right now over 600 any day. Any day. Go ahead.
Oh, we got the best chat. People come up to us and say, "Church Ayrton, how is your chat so great?" And we say, "Because they're the best."
They are. They are. I mean, not the chat we deserve, but it's the chat we need.
This is true.
Anyway, no, quick shout out, Monster MD on Indiegogo. Go check it out. Only a couple of days left to back that if you haven't already. I have it on good authority that there is a Monster MD and Shinobi Sasquatch crossover in the works as well. So that's definitely something to go look at. Also check out Shinobi Sasquatch, Starblades. There's so many good indie comics on Indiegogo. Just go check it out. I think Earthworm Jim is still available. What's the other one?
Flying Fortress, is that still going?
I think it is. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot for it recently, but anyway, just like I said, go. If you have the funds, you're available. Go back some indie comics. If you don't, go share some indie comics out on your Twitter feed. Maybe somebody else will. We gotta keep this movement going. We gotta keep getting product, keep proving that the indie way is the best way. Also, follow Alterna Comics on YouTube. They're doing a 5,000. Yeah, on YouTube. They're doing a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I think they were 400 shy last I checked, maybe even less. Peter Smeddy's a good guy. Caught a little bit of shit on Twitter today. Didn't deserve it. I reserved this for literally the most offensive of offenses. But the guy that called out Peter Smeddy in Alterna Comics is a fucking cuck. So I said it. And with that, we will go ahead into. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this out on Twitter that we're halfway through. We're going to be listening to The Bride of Death. But any thoughts on what I just said? I'm not going to name names just yet. I'm not quite scotched up enough, but I may be by the end of the night. So.
Oh no! Everybody definitely go subscribe to Alterna and check them out. Buy their books. We have to do our,
What? Tell the people what's so awesome. Tell the people what's so awesome about buying Alterna Comics, whether it's online or in the store. Tell the people why it's so great.
Oh, I mean, newsprint all the way.
How many comics?
Is the comic book master race.
How many comics can you get for $10 just off the stands of a Marvel or DC book?
2.5.
If that.
Depending on which one. Freaking House of X was $4.99.
So, how many can you get in Alterna newsprint?
Oh, you're making me do math.
I am.
A lot more.
Keeping you sharp. You can get roughly 4 or 5 books for the same price you can get 2 or 3 of the big 2. You can get entire 3 or 4 issue series for what you can get 1 or 2 comic books for anywhere else. $1.50 price point, free shipping on orders 25 or more on their website. You got to go check them out.
Which is not hard to get to. There's a lot of good stuff.
No. And Peter Samedi hand packages the majority of the orders, so they're guaranteed to get to you in the best shape humanly possible. Lee Walton says, check my feed for more Alterna scoop. But with that, I just put the tweet out on Twitter, so we will go ahead and jump into The Bride of Death, episode 3 for the evening. We're over halfway there, guys.
Buckle in.
Again, Blue Coal Dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow. Mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopkeepers, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The Bride of Death. The Shadow begins his exciting adventure in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'd like to make a suggestion to all you homeowners. To protect your family's health and save real money in the bargain, burn Blue Coal. For Blue Coal gives you uniform, healthful, economical heat all winter long. Its harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of better heat at less cost. So when you're buying fuel, insist on Blue Coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest hard coal. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow.
Who are you? What do you want to Castle Money at this hour of the night?
May I come in?
Oh, all right.
I'm the Reverend Colby from the fishing village below. I want to see Mrs. Ackley.
She has retired. Come tomorrow.
I must see her tonight.
Why?
My daughter Isabel is here. She's Mrs. Ackley's companion, but I've come to take her home.
Ah, the girl Isabel. She does not wish to leave.
I've come to fetch her. I'm a man of the cloth, a man of peace, but I will not leave without her. Let me by.
Adler, Matar, visitor, stop him.
Yes, master, as you command. Let go of me. Take your hands off me, you heathen devils.
Put him out. Keep him out.
Wait.
Mrs. Ackley.
I will see him. How dare you break into my house this way, Reverend Colby?
Because I will not have my daughter stay in a house that harbors evildoers, Mrs. Ackley. There's talk in the village of heathen rites performed by this man who calls himself Prophet of the Ancient One. This man you brought to a Christian place from some Asiatic sinkhole of the godless.
Be careful how you speak in the presence of the prophet.
You mean that man there?
Yes, minister. I am the prophet.
Prophet, where is my daughter Isabel? She is leaving this house on the cliff tonight.
Tell Reverend Colby she does not wish to go. Tell him, Mrs. Ackley.
Your daughter Isabel does not wish to go. Good night, Reverend Colby.
I do not believe you. Let me see her. Let her tell me herself.
She does not wish to see you. Get beyond the iron gates quickly, for in 5 minutes my servants will release my trained guardians.
I'm not afraid of that unholy pack of black panthers of yours.
They are dangerous, minister. Trained in my native land. Trained to hunt and kill animals or men. Go now.
Very well. I'm going, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
Prophet, why do the panthers scream?
It is an omen of death.
Whose death? Tell me. The future is so plain to you. Tell me who is going to die.
I see the minister, Reverend Colby, standing in the pulpit of his church, turning the simple fishing folks against you, Mrs. Ackley.
Reverend Colby is going to die. But how?
The wrath of the Ancient One will strike him down with the voice of thunder and the tongue of fire.
Days ago this night, I went to Mrs. Ackley's house on the cliff to bring my own daughter Isabel Colby home. But I could not see her, could not speak to her. She is lost to me, and therefore let my own sorrow be a warning to those of you in this village whose sons and daughters may go to that house of the devil, to this man who dares desecrate the name of prophet. Now, let us offer a prayer for the mistress of Casamane. Though rich in worldly goods and worldly knowledge, and so long one of us, kindly and generous until of late, and now ailing in mind and spirit, who hath turned from God to follow the pathway of a disciple of Satan. Let us pray. We beseech thee, have mercy on this poor lost one who has strayed from the fold.
And so in the midst of those who perished with him, and whom he loved so well, we return the body of our beloved minister, Reverend Colby. Return him to the earth, ashes unto ashes, dust unto dust.
Well, here we are, Margot.
Yes, but where, Lamont? The fog's so thick I can't see a thing.
This is the little village where the Reverend Colby and 10 of his parishioners were killed by a mysterious explosion in his church.
Oh, that was horrible. But Lamont, it happened days ago. What can we do?
Murder has been committed, Margot. Wholesale murder, and the killer or killers are still at large.
But according to the newspaper report...
Yes, I know. The paper said the authorities have been unable to uncover a possible motive. Investigation is hampered by the refusal of the fisher folk of this quaint little village to cooperate.
Perhaps they're afraid to talk, Lamont.
It's surprising what superstition can do.
What about this rich Mrs. Ackley you were talking about, Lamont? Where does she fit into the picture?
I don't know, Margot. All I know is that about 3 months ago she returned from the Far East with a man who calls himself the Prophet. This man claims to be the leader of a cult worshipping a deity known as the Ancient One.
Is there such a cult?
There was, but it was stamped out nearly 5 centuries ago because its ceremonies and rituals included human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice?
Yes.
Oh, how horrible. Then you think there is a connection between this so-called prophet, the destruction of this Christian church, and the murder of Reverend Colby?
Margot, I don't know. I'm going into that cottage down the road. There are some Christians.
I'll wait in the car. Oh, that awful foghorn. It gives me the creeps.
You'll be safe here, Margot, but don't get out of the car.
All right.
Now, Lamont Cranston and the Shadow are going to find out something more about this mystery of the house on the cliff.
Someone's at the door. Don't answer.
And why not, Marthy? You think it's a ghost from the marshes or that devil from the cliff house? Who's there?
Don't open the door, Seth.
Stranger, I've lost my way in the fog.
Well, tell him there's but one road back to the mainland.
Leave this to me, Marthy. Where are you heading for, stranger?
Can you tell me how to get to Mrs. Ackley's place, Casamane?
Yes, I could, but I won't.
Wait, don't close the door. I'd like to ask a few questions.
Questions, huh? Well, ask them, but I'll not warrant an answer to anybody going to that house.
You needn't be afraid of me.
I am Captain Seth. 50 years I've sailed before the mast, and I'm not afeard of man, devil of the sea. Who be you?
I'll tell you this much, Captain Seth. I'm here to put an end to the thing that made your wife afraid to let you open this door.
I can't see you out there in the dark, but...
Yes.
Huh?
Those panthers. They've come down to the village again.
What? Panthers? Whose are they?
The prophets. Step into the house, stranger. They'll tear a man to pieces. Well, what ails you, Marthy?
The blue light. It's him coming in the gate.
He always carries it. It's him, the one that calls himself the prophet.
Well, let him come. Get in the house, stranger. What? Well, Martha, there's nobody here. Where is that fellow gone? He was here a second ago.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he'll run for it. Yes. What do you suppose that prophet fellow wants of us?
Get away from the door, Martha. I'll deal with him.
Good evening, my good captain.
Stop where you be. I'll not have the likes of you in my house.
A stranger came here. His car is down the road. The spirit of the Ancient One told me of his coming. Who was the stranger? Where has he gone?
To all your questions, I'll give you one answer. Get your howling beasts and your heathen godless self back to the house on the cliff, or I'll blow you to the very door of Hades.
No man threatens the prophet and lives.
Get out!
Very well, Captain. Since you will not tell me, I will find him. My servants are watching his car. We will find him.
He'll need all the unearthly powers you claim to find a man in this fog. Good night.
I'll find him. He can't be far away.
No. Not far away, but close to you. In the dark shadows and the swirling mist.
Who speaks?
I am looking for a man with blood on his hands. The blood of a minister and 10 innocent people he murdered.
Are you a man hiding in the fog?
Do not try so hard to pierce the fog. You cannot see me, for I am the shadow.
The shadow. A voice without physical presence. Only a voice. No, my friend. In my native India, such things are known, but not here.
The powers of mesmerism have spread beyond the gray monastic walls of the yogi priests. Modern science has advanced their ancient art.
Perhaps, but I am still stronger than you. Strong enough to do what I have set out to do.
And what is that?
I will not tell you, Shadow. And no one, not even you with your borrowed powers, shall stand in my way, for I am the prophet. Prophet of the Ancient One.
Master, the stranger, he does not return to the automobile, but a young woman is there waiting for him.
So, could it be, Shadow, that you are the stranger we seek, that your companion waits for you? Back up.
Yes, master.
So quickly I will follow. Seek the girl. She will be useful to us. Very useful. If I cannot reach the Shadow, I can reach his companion.
Yes, master. Matau and the Panthers watch her. She will not escape.
Do you hear, Shadow?
Yes, I hear.
Save her if you can. You say you are a man. If that is true, then my Panthers will smell you out whether they can see you or not. There's the car. Akka, seize the girl.
Matau and the girl. Matana low.
Cover him up, you fools. Take her to the house on the cliff. We will keep her with Isabel Colby. She shall be tortured until she tells us what she knows.
All right. So that's the first half of the third episode down. I had a little bit of audio issues. Like I said, with these things, because of the way they were recorded and ripped and retransferred, uploaded, downloaded, saved, run through different filters and all that good shit, there's going to be quality difference. So the second you hear that it's lower or it's not coming through as well, just let me know and I can kind of up it on the fly. But
yeah.
Aside from that, what would you guys say to maybe first couple of weeks in August we do a show on the Shadow comics? And would you guys rather look at the old comics, like some of the old pulps, or maybe some of the newer Dynamite Shadow stuff? Either way.
Yeah, let us know.
So we'll run a poll the week we're doing it. I'll set it up on like a Monday or something.
Let's see. Tyrant in the chat says, if anyone is interested in comics like The Shadow, you should read comics like Doom Train from us.
Absolutely. And, you know, we can even cover Doom Train if Tyrant Comics would like us to do something like that. But we can talk about that. I think Tyrant Comics got me in the DMs, so can slip in there and we can work this out. But Lee Walton says, "Do them all." We eventually will. That's one great thing about the topic of comic books. It really doesn't matter how long we have a channel. We will never run out of material. I'm pretty sure we've got 3 or 4 different lists going on. You know, we've got topics for days: Secret Wars, Infinity Gauntlet, Crisis on Infinite Earths. All of these great events from years past that we haven't even spoken about yet.
Right. Plus the 1,000 other ideas we have.
Right. We're not even scratching the surface on the indie comics that we want to cover. So, I mean, there's never going to be a shortage of material. And plus, with doing the radio shows during the week, same thing there. There's thousands of syndicated old shows that we can go through. Comedy like Abbott and Costello, Mystery Science Theater, all kind of shit. So, yeah. We will be around as long as you guys are here and enjoying the show. We will continue making it. Oh, Cartoon brings up 2099. There is definitely going to be a 2099 show. Maybe even a series when we get there. I've got the Superman radio show downloaded. Tyrant Comics. That's in the queue. Really, it's just my affinity for the Shadow and how much of it I know. So, oh, Matt Christie's in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Go ahead, Ayrton.
Oh, I was just saying hi to Matt.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he called out Doom 2099 in particular, but we'll definitely get there. The hat goes deeper. No, we'll definitely end up doing a Shadow show. What is it? Dynamite does a series called Masked, which is pretty fantastic as well. We'll have to talk about that. So, what's the one you don't have? Doom 2099? Cartoon. DM me whatever it is you're talking about you don't have. We'll work it out. I might have a copy of whatever you're looking for. I've got pretty much a full run of Doom 2099. So, but yeah, hit me up. We'll talk about it. I'm pretty sure I've got an extra copy or 2 of that. We'll work something out. I've definitely got some artwork I'll need before the word is done. Just hit me up in the DMs. But anyway, with that going said, always remember, if you need your home heated clean and evenly, look for blue coal and ask for it by name.
The world's one anthracite.
At least the finest anthracite.
Did I mess up the descriptor?
No. It's the world's finest anthracite.
Whatever.
Our telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Why did the prophet's servants bring you here to Mrs. Ashley's house? I don't know. But who are you, and why are they keeping you locked up in this room? Oh, I'm Isabel Colby. My father was Reverend Colby, the minister of the little fishing village down the cove. He's dead. We've murdered him. Yes, I know. But why are you here? I used to be Mrs. Ashley's companion and secretary before she brought this man, the prophet, to the house. But now, that Hindu has some sort of hold over her mind. He calls her a high priestess, And she let him lock me up in here. Oh, how terrible, Miss Colby. What is happening in this house to Mrs. Ackley and to you? I don't know. It has something to do with a ceremony that the prophet says he and Mrs. Ackley must perform. The climax of some strange religious ritual they go through day after day in Mrs. Ackley's private chapel. He's changed it into a place he calls the Temple of the Ancient Ones. This morning, he came here and said, I'm to be what he calls the bride of death. They're going to take me to that temple tonight. Do you know why? Yes. To kill me. Oh, no. Mrs. Ackley, as the high priestess, is going to sacrifice me to that horrible deity they worship. Don't give up hope, Isabel. There's still a chance we'll get out of this place, both of us. Oh, Lamont, why don't you come before it's too late? Maybe this is...
Aka, unlock the door.
Don't let them take me. Don't.
Isabel Colby, the time has come. The high priestess is waiting to perform her ceremony in the temple of the ancient ones. Masawa. Yes, master. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Tell the high priestess to prepare the girl and herself for the wedding of death. Come. My master commands.
No. I won't get your hand off me, Colby.
Seize the strange girl.
Let go of me.
Yes, master. I kill her now. No. Masawa. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Wait there for me. Prepare the sacred fires. Purify the sword of the ancient one. The sacrificial altar is ready. And death is waiting for his bride. Yes, master.
No, you're going to murder me like you murdered my father.
Now, strange girl, I will deal with you.
No, Prophet. You will deal with me. The Shadow.
Thank heaven you've come.
You, the Shadow here? How? There are panthers chained at every door.
It was easy, Prophet.
Oh, I knew the Shadow would come. I knew he couldn't be far away.
No, you do know the Shadow. This slinking coward who fears to show himself, who hides himself in the shadows.
Shadow, the prophet is going to kill Reverend Colby's daughter. He's going to make Mrs. Ackley kill her in some fantastic ceremony.
Yes. In a few minutes you will be dead and you cannot stop it.
Clever scheme. You've numbed the failing mind of Mrs. Ackley with drugs. Made her do your will, sign a fortune over to you.
Your knowledge will not help you now, Shadow.
You plan to have Mrs. Ackley commit murder, turn her over to the police, blame her for the death of Reverend Colby, and with her fortune in your hands, discard your role of prophet and disappear.
You are clever, Shadow. Yes, that is my plan. It is a pity such a mind as yours will soon be lost to the world. Within an hour, after Mrs. Ackley has obligingly murdered the girl Isabel, this house will burn. A tank of gasoline in the cellar will explode. And this will be the funeral pyre of the Shadow and his beautiful young companion. But I must go now. They are waiting for me.
You are not going through that door. It is locked.
You lie. It is. Aka!
They cannot hear you. They're waiting for you in the temple, and I have the key to the door.
You are not too clever, Shadow. Give me the key to the door or I shoot this girl.
Take that gun away from her head.
Throw the key upon that table, quick.
Don't give him the key. I'm not afraid of him.
I shall count to 3, Shadow. If I don't get the key, it's a pity. But this beautiful girl shall die. 1.
You wouldn't.
2. 3. Ah. You are wise, Shadow.
You fiendish devil. I'll show you the Shadow can do more than warn. Threaten. Take that.
Oh, Lamont. Oh, Lamont, are you all right?
Yes, but I'm afraid I knocked the prophet out cold. Margot, take that key. Get out of here. Down the hall. There's a door. Take the prophet's gun. Drive to that cottage I visited tonight. Get Captain Zest to call the villagers. Tell them they can help to avenge the murder of their friend.
What are you going to do? They may kill Isabel before I can get help.
Never mind. You hurry and get help.
All right, I'll go out. I'll get Captain Zest to round up the people of the village, and then I'll come back.
Very well, Margot. I may need your help. Come back to this room.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Lamont?
Yes, Margot?
I saw Captain Zest. The people of the village are coming. He's calling them together.
He can't wait for him, Margot. Beyond that door, at the head of the stairs, Death is waiting for Isabel Colby. The prophet's followers are there awaiting his appearance.
But the prophet's still lying here unconscious on the floor.
Nevertheless, he will not disappoint them.
Lamont, I don't understand.
Margot, I'm going to ask you to do a very dangerous thing. I want you to put on the prophet's robe, cover your face with a hood, and walk in there as the prophet.
Very well, I'll do anything I can. You know that.
Do not show your face till you reach the altar. Don't speak. Keep close to Isabel Colby. Watch Mrs. Ackley and leave the rest to me.
Yes, Lamont, I understand. I'm ready.
Estilasi Calavara, Calavara, Metanalo, Sadamo, O ancient one, vision of eternal life, before thy altar the youthful maiden waits. Thy ancient sword, her spirit, to release unto thine own. Her blood is pledged, her soul is thine. Metanalo etilasi, Calavara Sadamor. All is in readiness, master.
Metawa, look. The hood covers the master's face. The hour has come for the ritual to begin.
See, master. The girl Isabel is lashed to the altar of the Ancient One. The sacred fires burn in the jeweled torches. All is in readiness, master. All as you have commanded. Matawa, bring Mrs. Ackley. Prepare her to make the sacrifice.
I am ready. Ready to do the will of the prophet. To plunge this sword into the girl's heart. But I am afraid. Help me. Give me the sacred drug to give me strength. The will to do the things you have told me I must do. If I am to be high priestess to the Ancient One.
Look, Matawa. It is strange. The master does not speak. Does not answer us. He goes to the final. Wait. He turns. He is lifting the hood of his robes.
Akka, look. It is not the prophet. It is a beautiful girl. It is the strange girl. The one the master stayed below to question about the shadow. What has happened to our master? Why do you wear the robes of the prophet?
Akka, Metawa, you have been tricked. The man you serve as a god is a rogue, a charlatan, a fake.
That voice, Metawa. That is not the voice of the prophet. It is not the strange girl speaking. See, her lips have not moved.
No. It is the voice of the shadow.
The shadow. The master warned us to beware of the shadow, Akka. Matawa. The master must be dead. The shadow has killed him.
Prophet, the time has come. I must drive this sword into the heart of the bride of death. I will not fail.
Don't do it. They're tricking you, making you murder me. Then they'll kill you.
No.
They'll kill you.
No, I shall be a high priestess. I shall live forever like the prophet, like the Ancient One.
Mrs. Ackley. Mrs. Ackley. Drop that sword. Drop that sword, Mrs. Ackley. Drop it, I say.
Drop the sword. Yes, drop the sword. Oh.
Akka, look! This shadow has broken the master's power over this woman.
I am free now. Free of the spell. Oh, what have I done?
He is stronger than the master's. We must escape. We must get away.
You will never get away. Never leave this house.
Akka! Matawa! The prophet. That girl is wearing my robes. Throw your knives. Kill her. Kill her, I command you. No. No, prophet. We obey you no more. Obey me. You trick us. Make us kill. For you are the true prophet of the Ancient One. You defy me. Don't! Drop the knife! See? The blood runs in his veins. He tells us he cannot die. Now we shall see.
You fools. Now the shadow will destroy you.
He is dead. The shadow spoke the truth in the tower. He was not the true prophet. The true prophet of the Ancient One was blessed with life, everlasting.
You are right, Arca.
Quick, we must get away from this shadow.
You cannot escape for long. Your sins will find you out.
Isabel! Isabel!
Oh, God.
Be your
You're
safe.
safe. Oh, thank you. But won't you tell me who you are?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I must remain anonymous until my work is finished. I will have to continue being known only as the Shadow.
Now here is John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert.
All right. So, that's the it's the third to last episode. Yeah, second, first to last, whatever. I you know, like I say, not a whole lot going on. Want to go ahead and get the next episode queued up and running so that we can get it out before Rackets goes live. But what we'll do probably won't be a very long middle intro on this one. We'll check in with you guys, read anything funny, and then when the next episode ends, that will be the end of the stream. If you need to dip out early to go ahead and catch Ricada, I'm betting on him being a minute or two late, but I could be wrong. So if you need to dip out, no offense. Go ahead.
I said we're hoping he'll be a minute or two late.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not worried about it. I can always just rewind and watch 2 minutes on a delay. I don't care. But like I said, if you drop out, no hard feelings. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into this last episode, and hope you guys enjoy.
The shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal Dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow. Mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The Silent Avenger. The Shadow's exciting adventure begins in just a moment. But first, I'd like to remind you homeowners that right now, when winter is changing into spring, is the most treacherous time of all the year. But you can protect your family's health and save valuable dollars by burning Blue Coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. And if you want to read the adventures of the Shadow in complete novel form, in addition to numerous detective stories, crime problems, and features, simply write us for your copy of the Shadow magazine, absolutely free. Remember, all you have to do is mail a penny postcard to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of this station. Send for your free copy of the Shadow magazine tonight.
Joseph Brecker, you have been duly tried by a jury and found guilty of murder in the first degree. You now appear in this court that sentence may be passed upon you. But before I pronounce sentence, have you anything to say?
Yeah, I have. Before you pass sentence on me, I'm going to pass sentence on you.
You, Judge Wilson, and Sloan, the prosecuting attorney. And those 12 good and true saps on the jury.
Order in the court!
And one more, maybe. The guy that really trapped me in the first place. The only guy smart enough to get me. The Shadow.
Order! Order in the court!
That will do, Joseph Brecker. You have nothing to say in your own behalf.
This is in my own behalf, and you'd better listen, all of you. I know I'm on my way to the death house to the chair. But I'm warning you. For every day I sit in a death house, one of you will be killed. Starting with the foreman of the jury. And if the governor doesn't commute my sentence to life, he'll die the day I burn.
Order! Order in the court!
Joseph Brecker, by the power vested in me by the people of this state, I hereby order you to be taken to the state penitentiary, there to be delivered over to the warden, by whom on a certain day determined by this court, he shall in the manner prescribed by law put you to death. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Order's adjourned. All right, come on, clear the court. Outside.
Well, it's a sheer bluff, I tell you. How can Brecker kill a whole jury? The DA, Judge Wilson, even the governor. I tell you, he's crazy.
Girl, I'm glad I wasn't on that jury.
Yeah, you bet.
So
Counting
am I.
on gang to wipe them out.
Brecker's gang are all dead or in jail.
I know, but you
Hey,
can't...
get that crack
yes,
about the
I
Shadow.
Nobody's ever seen the Shadow. He could appear right in this courtroom and not be seen. I'd hate to have anybody like that.
Well, Margot, let's get out of here.
It must be very flattering to inspire such awe and fear, Lamont.
It has its disadvantage, Margot. Unfortunately, the mystery surrounding the Shadow inspires fear and terror in the innocent as well as the guilty. The unknown is so often associated with evil. There's no help for it. The Shadow must remain a shadow.
Lamont, what do you make of Brecker's threat? Do you think it's just bluff?
I wish I did, Margot.
Meaning?
Lamont Cranston is going to don the Shadow's cloak and call on Joe Brecker in prison.
Your brother to see you, Brecker.
Okay. Hello, Danny. Hello, Joe.
You got 5 minutes. Better make the most of it. Deputies are here from the state pen to take you bye-bye to the big house. I'll be back.
All right. Come on in, Danny. Sit on a bunk. I want to talk to you. There ain't much time.
Hey, it's like a cage where they keep animals, huh, Joe?
Lay off that, Danny.
Okay, don't get sore.
Sit down here and listen to what I got to say.
Are they gonna kill you, Joe?
Yeah, but they're going to pay for it, every last one of them. You know who they are, don't you? I've told you over and over again.
Yeah, Joe, you told me.
And you know what you're to do. You remember everything I told you. Don't you, Danny?
Yeah, Joe, I remember. I won't forget. When the newspapers say they put you in a death house, I killed one of them.
That's right, Danny. And don't forget, these people I told you about, the judge, the jury, that prosecuting attorney are the same ones that drafted you into the army, sent you over to France. Let you get shell-shocked so it's hard for you to remember things.
Sure. I won't forget. Hey, will it hurt much when they kill you, Joe?
Stop that, will you?
Okay. I just want to know.
You just keep your mind on the jury and Judge Wilson. Maybe even the governor. You'll get 'em all, eh, Danny?
Yeah, Joe. They won't know what hit 'em.
That's the stuff, Danny. And now, just one more thing. There's a guy that may get after you. He's smarter than the cops. He's the one that really got me. You gotta keep away from him. Don't give him a chance to find you.
How can I do that?
You gotta keep away from home. Don't go near the flat of the old lady.
But Ma will worry if I don't come home next
No, she won't, Danny. She'll know you got things to do.
All right, Joe. What about the fella I can't see? Is he dead? Like all my buddies in the war? The ones that talk to me in the dark?
No, Danny. This guy's different. He ain't dead, he's alive. You can hear his voice, only you can't see him. But if you ever hear his voice, you'll know he's near you. Somewhere in the shadows.
Yeah. If he talks to me, I'll fix him, Joe.
Sure, but not the way you're going to get the others, Danny. 'Cause you can't see him, see? Now look. You know those old hand grenades you have at home?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to carry a couple with you. If this guy ever finds you, if he tries to stop you paying him off for killing me, you just pull the pin of a hand grenade and throw it where you think his voice is coming from. That'll get him.
All right, Joe. But how'll I know when it's him?
You'll know all right, Danny. He has a queer kind of laugh. And he calls himself the Shadow.
All right, Breaker. Time's up. Come on, you.
Okay. So long, Danny. Don't you forget anything.
So long, Joe. I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't forget nothing you told me.
Come on, you. Out this way. Take it up.
The poor dope. I'll do it all right. I'll fix him. Every last one of them if I burn. Who's that? I heard somebody, but there's nobody there. Hey, God!
Are you surprised to find me here, Joe Brecker?
Shadow.
So you weren't expecting me. And yet prisons are filled with shadows. Shadows in the minds of men walking in the shadow of death itself.
What do you want? You put me here, sent me to the chair. Why can't you let me alone?
Because your career of murder is not over. Because I know you mean to carry out the threat you made in court.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't stop me, Shadow.
I can. Because you're going to tell me how the jury, the prosecuting attorney, and Judge Wilson are going to be killed.
You're crazy. I'm not telling you anything, Shadow. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I got nothing to lose.
You are telling me, Brecker.
Yeah?
You see, I can read your mind. One thought is racing through your mind now. It's mirrored in your eyes, etched on your brain.
You're lying, trying to trick me into telling you.
All right, I'll tell you what you're thinking about. You're thinking of a man. He acts strangely. He's shell-shocked.
No.
Am I right?
No, stop it.
This man is very close to you. I've got it. He's your brother. His name is... Let's see. Danny, isn't it?
No, go away. Leave me alone.
Thinking that even now your brother, Danny, is hurrying home to get a high-powered rifle out of a trunk.
Is that true?
A rifle equipped with telescopic sights and a silencer. You're thinking of Danny's medals for marksmanship. His decorations for valor as a sniper. A sniper so cunning he could hide in an open battlefield.
So
pick his enemies off at long range and not be seen. That's all I need to know, Brecker. All I need to know.
No, you're crazy. You're just guessing. All right, suppose he is. You won't find him. You won't stop him, Shadow.
Shut up, Brecker. What's eating you? Hey, shut up, Brecker. What's the matter with you? Who do you think you're talking to?
It's a Shadow. He's here in the prison.
Yeah, well, don't let that worry you, Brecker. There's plenty of shadows where you're going. Come on. Deputies are waiting, and you're heading for the last mile. Now, look, Mr. Hanson. Every one of you jurors are in danger. You shouldn't be here on the street. This death threat may seem like a lot of hooey to you, but I've been assigned to guard you. And if anything happens, they'll send me back to pounding a beat.
Well, I'm sorry, Inspector, but I've got my business to attend to, and I can't hide in my office.
Hanson, what's the matter, man?
Oh, that man, look at him. He's fallen down.
What's the matter with that man? What's going on here? Keep back, get back. Who are you?
Greg, homicide squad. Man's been shot.
You're crazy. I didn't hear no shot.
Neither did I. But just the same, he's got a bullet right between the eyes. Looks like Joe Brecker is keeping his word.
Lamont, can't you do something? Can't you find Danny Brecker?
No, Margot. He got away. He hasn't been near his mother's home since his brother Joe went to the death house.
Come on, Brecker, you're shut down. Get your XP waiver.
I've got to find Danny Brecker. He's somewhere. Hiding somewhere. Waiting to strike again. I've got to find him.
like some oranges and potatoes.
Good
and
heavens,
spinach.
Mrs. Adams. What are you doing out in the street? I thought the police had detectives watching every one of you jurors that was on the Brecker case.
Oh, they've got a detective staying at my house, but I had to have some things for dinner, and I slipped out.
Mother, can I have some candy?
Yes, dear, of course you can. You just...
Oh, Mother. Mother, what's the matter? Why don't you answer me?
Sam! Quick, phone the police. Get a doctor. Mrs. Adams has been shot.
Oh, I'm afraid she's dead.
Yes, the killer has struck again.
Well, Judge Wilson. Yes, Harvey? Judge, don't you think it'd be, well, safer with a killer still at large if you had those window curtains closed?
No, that's not necessary. This apartment's on the 20th floor.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor, but just the same, I'll answer it, sir.
Thank you.
Hello? Yes, Judge Wilson is right here, Your Excellency. Well, the governor's on the wire, sir.
Here you are. Hello? Yes, Governor. Yes, of course you couldn't commute Joe Brecker's sentence. If you did a thing like that, even to save the rest of the jury, there'd be no more law and order. But look, Governor, don't you think it'd be wise for you to cancel your engagement to ride in the parade tomorrow? It'd be in an open car and a perfect target for any...
Judge Wilson! Governor! Judge Wilson has just been shot. He's dead.
Ayrton, you're fired.
Yeah. God damn it.
I told you it would be a short interlude to this episode because we gotta wrap it up so Nicky Rackett can get on. But you want a firing, you're gonna get a firing. So with that, let's go ahead and get back into it. Like I said, when the episode ends, that's the end of the stream. Get the fuck out of here and get into Racket's stream as quickly as possible.
And watch out for hand grenades.
Absolutely watch out for the fucking frag grenades. What kind of shit is that anyway? Like, did I not just suggest smoke bombs? Are these people just not listening to me? What kind of shit is that? Anyway, here we go. Fucking amateur hour.
Cole.
Good work, Margot.
Hello, Lamont.
It'll take you long to get here. Let me help you out of the car.
I was waiting for your call, Lamont. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting for days. Where have you been? What are you doing?
The same thing the entire police force of this city's been doing, Margot. Chasing a will-o'-the-wisp.
Are you sure it's Joe Brecker's brother, Danny?
Yes, there doesn't seem to be any doubt of it, but the police can't find him, and I haven't a single clue to go on.
What do you know about
I
him?
looked up his record. He was shell-shocked during the war in France. He was an expert marksman, a sniper. Society trained him to kill men. They told him they were enemies, that he should kill them off. And now, with a shell-shocked mind, he's remembering what society taught him. To kill.
Yes.
And another thing, for the people who've been through that experience, life is cheap.
Yes, but these poor people he shot and killed, the jurors and the judge, they were only doing their duty. They're innocent.
Yes, individually they're innocent, Margot. Individually we're all innocent, and yet all guilty. Because this Danny, Joe Brecker's brother, is a product of our own folly. Teaching men to kill in time of war, and yet expecting them to respect life in time of peace.
Lamont, why did you want me to meet you here?
Oh, I want you to do something for me, Margot. I want you to go into that brownstone house right over there. Joe Brecker's mother lives in the basement.
Yes.
Joe is scheduled to die at 5 o'clock. It's exactly 10 minutes from now.
All right, Lamont. I'll do it. Where will you be?
I'll be with you, Margot, as the shadow. I have a feeling Danny may come to his mother tonight, either just before or just after his brother dies. Hurry, you have less than 10 minutes. Here's the house. I'll ring the bell.
Lamont, what shall I tell her? That I'm a reporter?
Yes, but don't try to make her answer questions.
I hear someone coming.
Yes? What do you want?
Mrs. Brecker, I'd like to speak to you. May I come in?
I don't care. You can come in if you want to. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing will ever matter again.
I know you've been through a terrible ordeal these past days, Mrs. Brecker.
How could you know what I've been through? How could anyone know? My one son a murderer, and the other one, goodness only knows what or where.
Oh, I'm very sorry. If there's anything I can do.
In 3 minutes, they'll be killing my son, Joe. There's nothing anyone can do. It's his brother Daniel. Oh, I'm so worried about him. Why doesn't he come? Oh, why doesn't he come home?
Ma.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd come. Joe said I shouldn't, but I had to come. I knew you'd want me home tonight.
Danny, where have you been? What's Joe been making you do?
I just been doing what Joe told me to do for him. Ma, who's that girl there? What's she doing here?
Why, she's just a friend, Danny. Just a friend. Come to sit with me.
She won't tell nobody you've been here, will she?
Oh, no, Danny. She won't tell anyone.
Ma, they're gonna kill Joe in a few minutes. 5 o'clock. And then I gotta go out and do one more thing for Joe. Look, it's almost time.
Oh, no. No, Danny, no. You can't. I won't let you.
Let go of me, Ma.
No.
Let go of me.
Danny.
I gotta do what Joe told me. I gotta keep my word to Joe.
No, Danny, listen to me. I know who's been killing those people, shooting them. Oh, you've got to give yourself up, Danny. They won't hurt you. They didn't know. You didn't know what you were doing. 5 o'clock.
It's time. It's time. 5 o'clock. Joe's dead. Now I gotta go back to the tower and do the last thing Joe wanted me to do for him.
Danny, don't. You've done enough harm.
You keep out of this. Joe told me to do this. I gotta. I can still hear a voice telling me to do it.
Now you hear a voice telling you not to, Danny.
Voice? I know. You're the Shadow.
Yes, Danny. And for your own sake, your mother's sake, Danny,
Joe told me what to do with you. He knew you'd find me. That's why I got this hand grenade.
Oh, Danny, don't.
I got my hand on the firing pin. I'm gonna pull it out.
Stop, Danny, I'm warning you.
The voice came from there, in the corner. Joe told me to throw the grenade. Bye-bye, Shadow.
What happened?
It's all right. I managed to pick up the grenade and throw it through the window into the court before it exploded.
Oh, thank heaven.
I don't mind saying that's the closest call the Shadow ever had.
Lamont, how long have you been here in your office? What's happened? Were you able to trail Danny to his hiding place?
No, by the time I got to the street after that hand grenade episode, he disappeared.
But haven't you any idea where he went? Where that tower you mentioned might be?
No, I've been working on this enlarged map of the Midtown section, trying to find some tall building, some tower Danny Brecker could use to hide to pick off the governor.
Danny said something about a tower. It must be somewhere along the line of march of today's parade, Lamont.
Margot, that's the Wardman Tower.
But it isn't finished. They stopped work on it. It's nothing but a steel frame.
What could be a better place for a sharpshooter like Danny Brecker? There's no work going on there, just a watchman down on the street level. Margot, it's a long chance, but it may be the answer. Come on, there's a minute to lose.
My car's downstairs, Lamont. I'll drive you over there. But what if he isn't there? What if he's somewhere else, waiting to strike?
In that case, Margot, I'm afraid we'll have a new governor of this state.
Just a couple of minutes now, Joe. Just a couple of minutes, and the governor's car will come along. And then I'll do the last thing you asked me to do, Joe. Wind velocity 0. Range 300 yards. He'll die quick, Joe. Like you died. The governor's coming now, Joe. That's his automobile with all the flags on it. That's him, sitting in the back, with all those fellas around him. But I can pick 'em out. I won't miss, Joe.
Danny Brecker, listen to me.
What was that? Who said that? Who laughed like that?
Don't you recognize the shadow, Danny?
But Joe said... He said the hand grenade would fix you.
You see, Danny, your brother was wrong. Put down that rifle, Danny Brecker.
How did you find me way up here? How did you know I was hiding up here among these steel girders? Just like I used to hide in the trees in the war.
That doesn't matter, Danny Brecker. All that matters is that you must not kill any more people.
But I got to. Just one more, Shadow. Just one more. The governor. Down there in that car. I promised Joe.
No, Danny. You will never keep that promise. Put down that rifle. Put it down, Danny. Lay it down on that steel girder and crawl back to the catwalk.
All right. All right. I'll put it down. I'll put it down. Where are you, Shadow? I still got another grenade. Talk to me, Shadow. Say something so I can tell where you are.
Crawl back to the catwalk, Danny. Crawl back to the catwalk, I say.
No. No, I won't. I won't. You can't make me. Come here and get me if you want me, Shadow.
I don't want to have to do that, Danny.
Don't you come near me, Shadow. Don't you touch me. If you do, I'll drop this hand grenade. I'll throw it down there among all those people. I'll kill dozens of them. There. I'll pull the pin. I'll throw it.
Danny, listen to me. Hold that hand grenade, Danny. Hold it tight, Danny Brecker. See, your fingers tighten about it. Your mind obeys mine. Do you hear me, Danny? Danny, hold it. Don't throw that hand grenade.
Hold it. Hold it tight. Don't throw it.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it, Danny.
Don't drop it, Danny. Don't drop it, Danny. Don't drop it.
Yes, Commissioner Weston. A high-powered rifle fell into the street. Fell right in front of the governor's car.
I'm glad no one was hurt.
This is the 30th floor. This is where the bomb went off. Blew the guy to pieces.
Good heavens, he must have had a time bomb that went off too quick. Any idea who it was?
Yep. They found an identification card and some newspaper clippings in his pocket, and what was left of them. It was Danny Brecker, Joe Becker's brother.
Oh. Well, I guess that's that. Don't suppose we'll ever know what really happened. Anyway, there's one consolation. Looks as if the shadow fell down on this case just as badly as we did.
Not quite, Commissioner Weston.
Oh, so you got here in time to take credit for this, eh, Shadow?
There is no credit. No glory in the death of Danny Brecker, Commissioner Weston. He was a victim. A human instrument of destruction. Fashioned by mankind. That teaches men to kill their enemies in time of war, yet expects them to forget their murderous art in time of peace. Danny Brecker was an enemy of society. A killer. But only because you and I and countless thousands made him one. No, Commissioner. There is no glory in this for you, or the shadow, or for any man.
Actually, fuck that. There's glory in it for me.
And for blue coal.
And blue coal. Glory be to blue coal. All hail our blue coal overlords. Anyway, if you're still here, what are you doing? Ricada should be live now. Go check that out. He's going over the answer to Funimation TCPA tonight, so it'll be fantastic. I have it on good authority that the Gator Gamer did the thumbnail. Don't know yet. Could be wrong on that, but I appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, but in the end, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.